So how are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How independent do you feel you are? In other words, how independent
I feel like I'm
person?
very independent.
You do?
Because I feel like I was alone for a long time during that whole, even though I had my mom with me, I had to travel by myself. I felt always alone.
I'm meeting with Vanessa today to talk about her sense of self. I see Vanessa as someone who has a very ill-defined sense of self. A sense of self that's defined by other people. Vanessa really doesn't know who she is because she's constantly trying to please other people. Okay, difference, Vanessa, between being independent, like being able to take care of oneself, and thinking independently. Did you always, did you feel you thought independently?
No, not at all.
Why not? What happened?
Well, because I'm always concerned what other people think and ask for permission and stuff like that. Or
do you know what you think? Do you know what's inside of you?
I always think I know, but when I ask people, it like changes my mind about what I'm thinking. Like, oh, maybe they're right, and that is how I am, or you know,
so
I always get.
You don't trust yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about why not. Why do you think you don't trust your opinions, your beliefs?
Well, I think sometimes my ideas or things are kind of silly or ridiculous kind of things. Like,
can you give me an example of one?
I had talked to my boyfriend on the phone about going to college, and then he was going, you know how much money that's going to cost us, then we can't get our house, and you're probably going to not finish it like you haven't finished all those other stuff that I've done before, you know. And then I asked my brother the same thing, and he said the same reaction, oh, that's a good idea.
But wait, what happens to you when two significant men in your life tell you they don't have much faith in you?
Well, I think I start to think that it's true. Like maybe it is a stupid idea.
But your life does not revolve around your relationship. He's part of your life.
Right.
He's not your life.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
You may fail, you may succeed, but it's not his failure or his success.
Right.
You don't need to ask someone, what kind of food do I like?
Right.
You don't need to say, what kind of movies do I like?
Right.
So you can start relying on yourself.
I just know that it's going to take a long time for me to not automatically think about someone else.
But I bet you know more of what you like and dislike and what's important to you than you think you do. But you've been for so many years a reflection of everybody else's needs that you just lost it.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing is going to be if I do disagree with someone to still stand on my own with what I decide. You know?
Oh, work on that next then. Next thing we'll work on is being assertive.
Right, okay.
Okay? All right, so we'll stop there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure. What do you have planned for tonight? Anything interesting?
Well, the board of review.
Oh, that's right.
I want to go around the table, starting with you, Miss Vanessa. Would you please share with Miss Bethany one good change that you've seen or noticed in her?
Well, I've seen her open up a lot about trying new things. I mean, I had a blast jumping in the pool with her not too long ago. And the thing that I noticed the most, though, was that I didn't have to push her to do it. She was the one talking about it. She was the one that wanted to do it.
Since you've been in Dr. Stan's session with Vanessa, they talked about her fear of independence and not being able to form her own opinions. Well, today she's got to start working on that step, releasing other people's expectations. What you've said to me and what I've observed is that you care a lot about what other people think.
Yes.
And you've admitted that to me, you've said that to me, you go, I don't even know sometimes what I think because I'm worried about what everybody else thinks.
Right.
You know, and we had an example of that when you thought about going to college. Just about your boyfriend, just the thought that he may not approve, you kind of went, right? You froze?
Yeah.
So ultimately, we have to be able to stand on our own. And I think that's where true self-confidence lies, is our ability to trust our inner voice. Do you have an inner voice somewhere in there?
Oh, yeah.
Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your inner voice saying right now to you?
What is my, I'm depressed.
You're depressed.
Yeah. Don't feel good.
Don't feel good?
Yeah.
Because?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just feel crappy. And feel like I'm gaining weight, and I just feel awful.
Okay. So, perfect place to start.
Ugh.
I want you to write down how you're feeling right now.
Okay. That's about the main thing. That's probably about it.
Okay. You know, relying only on one person in your life, called a boyfriend, is very dangerous. See, I want you to be the type of woman, and I use the word woman, that can be confident regardless if a relationship is working or not working, because she ultimately is okay with being alone.
I agree with it, but it scares me to think, to be alone or without him. Yeah.
And my theory is that you're not really with him if you're not really being true to yourself. Mm-hmm. I want you to carry this around with you all day. Okay. Notice it has a little strap on it.
Oh, yay.
I want you to write down your feelings.
Okay.
So let's say that something happens in the house and you get annoyed. You got to write annoyed on there. Let's say in the next half hour you still feel this way. I want you to write it again.
Okay.
The second part of your assignment is I want you to take this tape recorder. You're going to go to lunch all by yourself. Have you ever had a meal by yourself?
No.
So I want you to take this tape recorder and I want you to record your feelings.
It's going to be a little bit embarrassing. I think some people are going to be wondering, what I'm doing. Alrighty.
Just be with us today, and I'll see you about 4:30.
Okay.
Before graduation.
Okay.
Vanessa has hid her feelings for so long behind a mask of smiling and I'm okay that I think here in the Starting Over house for the first time, she's being truthful, she's being honest, and she's sad.
Miss.
Whenever someone starts hugging me, I just break down a lot of times. I think it's just a lot of cooped up emotions from a long time ago that just come out.
You've had to keep it in your whole life. Your whole 22 years, you've had to hold it together, okay? For some magical result someday that you're gonna get somehow. Nobody's love is worth it if you don't love yourself.
Can I get seated for one?
Sure.
Okay.
Right this way.
As long as Vanessa's distracted, she's okay. The minute she has to be alone with her own thoughts and feelings, she's petrified.
I'm a little embarrassed. People are trying to pretend like they're not looking at me, but they are. I feel like a big loser with a tape recorder. I think people think I'm crazy. I'm stupid for sitting here all by myself.
How did it feel today?
It felt embarrassing.
Okay, tell me what was embarrassing.
Well, I guess that's the wrong word. I just noticed when I was there that I was doing a lot of mean talking to myself, basically.
Mean talking to yourself. All right, so let's look at your board. I just want you to start noticing how your feelings and thoughts are generated because of your fears about other people.
Okay.
Like, how many of your own original feelings do you have based on you and you alone?
Well, hardly any, yes. Not really anything.
So let's look at these. Depressed, fat, weak, angry, self-pity, depressed, stuck, don't want to live, ugly. So tell me some of these other feelings.
Bored. I felt like a loser. I felt dumb. I can't really entertain myself at all. I'm just kind of bored.
Well, because you have your whole life based on other people.
Right.
So if there's nobody around you, how do you know what to do? So you're like a robot. No, I want you to really hear that. Like, you can't generate your own feelings and thoughts. You always are in reaction. Isn't that a robot?
Yeah.
Do you think...
I'm bored, I'm fat, I'm weak, I'm stupid, I have self-pity. The joke is that everyone thinks this is the easy way to live. I think this is the worst, horrible, miserable way to live. Being responsible actually sets you free. So what'd you get out of today so far?
I knew I thought of other people, but I didn't know really that I really do that when I'm going grocery shopping and by myself. It's just I want to stop that. It's just I know this is going to be hard because that's something I feel like I've been doing forever.
You know, you have to make a decision. Start taking responsibility for your life. It's your choice.
Right.